New Zealand Rugby has tightened the rules to find the next All Blacks coach, and in the process narrowed the field quite dramatically. After Scott Robertson's departure, only a handful of contenders now meet the new criteria, with a key expectation being international experience, something Robertson lacked. But also, you've got to be a Kiwi. Joining us now is New Zealand Rugby's interim CEO, Steve Lancaster. Steve, good morning.
Morning, Ryan.
Not interested in any foreigners for the job?
No, we're fortunate in New Zealand that we have a lot of really capable, high-quality coaches, and so we don't believe we need to go outside of that group.
But was the last one in that camp?
Absolutely.
So what went wrong?
Oh, look, I really can't speak to what's happened in the past. I mean, I'm only recently in this role. I'm very much focused right now on the appointment of a future coach.
Okay.
Yep.
And got to be a Kiwi? What are the other criteria? Must have some international experience?
Has to be experienced at international level as a head coach.
As a head coach. Okay. Anything else for those who are about to dust off their CVs and head to seek? What else are you looking for?
Well, I mean, we're leaving it as open as possible for anyone that's interested, provided they meet the criteria, to pitch their case for the role.
Was it a mistake to not hire somebody with that international experience in Robertson?
Look, again, David Kirk spoke extensively to the findings of the review when we announced the change, and so I'm not going to add anything further to that.
What's the rationale for it now then?
The rationale right now is that we're halfway through a World Cup cycle. We're 2 years out from the next World Cup. We recognise that we have limited runway to the World Cup and to be in a position to win it, and we simply don't have time for someone to find their feet at international level. It's important that whoever comes in knows exactly what they're coming into, what to expect, and they can hit the ground running.
Okay. And is it fair to say Jamie Joseph will get the job?
Absolutely not. There's no preferred candidate at this stage.
What about buying someone out of a contract? Would you be open to doing that if you had to?
Yeah, look, we're just starting the process right now, and so first thing we need to do is appoint the All Blacks head coach, and once we've identified the preferred candidate, then we'll deal with whatever implications that brings with it.
Right. So that's not, if there's coaches out there wondering, maybe I wouldn't get it because I'm already got a deal and I'm signed up. Not necessarily a barrier for them. Get in touch.
Absolutely. First and foremost, we need to appoint the best possible candidate to the role.
How expensive was it to pay out Razor?
Again, I can't comment on what's happened in the past. It's very focused on the future head coach right now.
Would he continue with NZR potentially, or what's the situation there? Or does it?
There's no arrangement moving forward with Scott, so he's free to take up.
What's the new opportunities elsewhere? Whatever.
Yep.
There's no restraint on that.
Look, these are employment matters. You'll appreciate I can't talk about employment matters.
What about the term for this new job? How long is it for? Because Razor's was 4 years, right? So is this the same amount, or are you going for a shorter term?
Again, we need to work through that with the preferred candidate. There's always a range of dynamics, and these conversations need to be relatively fluid. But what I can tell you is that we will be appointing someone through to the World Cup. That won't be a shorter term than that.
Okay. At a minimum, so yeah. Now, what about the team that this coach will bring with them? Do you want them to bring their own team, or because you're keeping the existing assistant coaches, etc., in place, is the idea that they will slot in with them? Yeah,
that's right. So we're appointing a head coach only at this point in time. We're not asking those coaches to bring a coaching and management group with them. But obviously, once we've made an appointment, we'll then sit down with the appointed person and we'll work through finalising and confirming what the makeup of their team is.
Could we get a new captain?
Again, that'll be something for the new head coach to determine.
So they decide that?
Absolutely.
And you'll go with whatever they say?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what about the reports that there were some, Adi Savia and others, who were looking at ditching, and that's part of the reason Razor's gone? Are you aware of any ABs at the moment who are considering or were considering leaving the All Blacks?
No, and again, I won't talk to individuals because these are employment matters. But what I will say is that the review was a holistic review. It took into account a whole range of factors, and there was no one thing. And again, David Kirk was very clear in dismissing any talk of a player power or a player rift in that.
You are the interim CEO though, and it's quite a simple question. Are there any ABs you're aware of right now who are considering leaving?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. What about this split? And this is from Irish media, so I don't know, maybe this is all nonsense. Tell me it's wrong. But there's been a split within New Zealand Rugby between Cantabrians, Aucklanders, over direction, over personnel. Is this all just nonsense come via Ireland, or
Yeah, look, I'm not actually not aware of that reporting, but that's news to me. So probably put it in the camp of category of speculation at this stage.
Speculation, misinformation. There's plenty of that going around when it comes to this particular issue, isn't there? I guess for anyone who is maybe a little shaken, maybe lost a little bit of confidence in New Zealand rugby over the handling of this whole situation, what reassurance can you give people? I mean, we don't have, I mean, I know you're the interim CEO, but you know we've lost the CEO, we've now lost the head coach. We're searching for both of those things.
Yep.
What reassurance can you give people?
New Zealand Rugby is actually in a very stable place. Got very stable and capable leadership from the board down through the executive into management and operations. And look, turnover is just a part of life, right? And it doesn't matter what industry you're in, particularly in the world that we live in today. Turnover is a constant, and so there will always be vacancies. Sometimes those will be in key roles and other times they won't. But it's very much business as usual for New Zealand Rugby.